It's Rich. This video is to give you a walkthrough of how we can move our files onto the web server so that we can try them out. So the first thing you're going to need is an FTP client. FTP stands for File Transfer Protocol, and it's the method that we use to take a local file so we can build HTML and PHP pages on our own computer, and then we can transfer them up to the web server so that we can run them. Filezilla is a very small, lightweight, free program, probably the industry standard. So if you do a search, actually I will just search again. So if you just do a quick Google search and search for Filezilla, comes up at the filezilla-project.org. And right here you can just click the download Filezilla client link. We don't need the server, you can ignore this one, just click on the client link. Small file downloads, you can run that install. You don't have to do any custom configuration, just accept all of the options out of the box. Only takes a few seconds, and then Filezilla is set on your machine. So let's look at how we open up Filezilla and how we can create a connection. So once Filezilla is installed, if you click on your Start menu and under your Programs menu, under Filezilla FTP Client, you can open it up. And you'll get a screen that looks like this. So over on your left is your local file system, and on the right side will show any web server that we are connected to. Now at the top, you notice my cursor is flashing. So we can do what's called a quick connect here. We can enter the host name, enter our server username and password, and click quick connect. We can do that. That'll get us connected. The only problem with doing that is our connection's not saved. So every time we come back and we want to start working again on the server, we have to redo our connection. So more efficient, Filezilla also gives us a way to save our connection. Now, if you're looking for your connection, I'll tell you where to find it. You should have an email that would come from cstech@georgiancollege.ca. That's our computer studies technician. And it should include, if you just search in your student email and search for the word DreamHost, you'll need your FTP username and your FTP password. And what we can do is we can save those credentials in Filezilla, so we really only need to enter them once, and then moving forward, those credentials will be saved. So the way to save your credentials, once you've found that email, if you need time to pause the video so you can go and dig those credentials out of your student email, go ahead and do that. Once you have your credentials and Filezilla open, if you click on the File menu, the first option here says Site Manager. So you can click on Site Manager, and then if you want to just click on New Site, and you can give it any kind of friendly name. The server host provider we use is called DreamHost. I already have one called DreamHost, so I'll just call this DreamHost Server. And now we want to fill in some of the settings. So in your host, you're going to type GC followed by your 9-digit student number, followed by the domain computer studies, spelt this way. So notice I've got computer stud, there's an i.es. You'll want to put in the port as 22. And you'll want to change the protocol to SFTP. It's a more secured version of SFTP. Okay? So where I have GC R Freeman, you're just going to replace the R Freeman with your 9-digit student number. So it'll be GC, your 9-digit student number, .computer studies, spelt this way, port 22, and your FTP protocol is SFTP. Now we need to add our credentials. So we're going to change the logon type from anonymous to normal. Your username, which you will have found in your student email, is GC, and again your 9-digit student number. So in my case I have R Freeman instead of a student number. And your password you'll find in that email as well. So this is what yours should look like. We've set the host, we've set the port, we've set the protocol, logon type, username, and password. And now we should just be able to connect. When you're connected, you'll see a directory, something like this. You'll see cache, GC, and your student number, .computer studies, logs, and mail directory. We're really only concerned with the GC Computer Studies directory, that's our public directory. So any files we actually want to be able to load in the web browser have to go inside of here. So we'll just double click that. And now any files we want to move from our local file system to the server, we can copy up here. We'll come back and look at this moving files onto the web server later, but please try and make sure that you're able to get connected to the server with your email, with the credentials provided in your email.